For decades, the dominant nutritional advice has centered on the necessity of breakfast and the importance of eating small, frequent meals to maintain energy. But the data suggests our eating patterns have shifted significantly. In the 1970s, Americans typically consumed 3 meals a day with no snacks. This lower timeline shows our modern reality. Those same 3 meals are now surrounded by constant, all-day snacking. This constant demand overtaxes the pancreas and the entire digestive system. When these organs are forced to work without interruption, they cannot function properly, eventually leading to poor nutrient absorption. This eating frequency creates a sugar burner phenotype. Because the body relies entirely on a constant influx of carbohydrates, energy levels track with glucose availability. This creates volatile peaks, followed by the sharp energy crashes, often described as being hangry. To manage this glucose, the pancreas must keep insulin levels elevated.
Insulin is required to bind to cellular receptors and drive sugar into our cells. However, when insulin remains high most of the time, the tissues become desensitized. This state of insulin insensitivity is the definitive precursor to type 2 diabetes. The modern crisis of obesity and metabolic disease is driven by the relentless frequency of our meals. Our biological machinery is experiencing a mechanical failure because it is never allowed to turn off. Intermittent fasting provides a physiological reset. The most sustainable approach is the 16-8 cycle, a daily routine consisting of a 16-hour fast followed by an 8-hour eating window. During the first 10 hours after a meal, the fed state, your body processes carbohydrates into glucose. This glucose enters the bloodstream through the intestinal wall and serves as your primary energy source. Insulin docks with cellular receptors to move this sugar into your cells. Any energy not used immediately is driven into storage. The liver holds it as glycogen, and the adipose tissues store it as fat. Between hours 10 and 12, as the body transitions into the fasted state, the liver reverses the process. It begins converting its stored glycogen back into glucose to maintain a steady energy supply to your organs. For an inactive person, it takes roughly 12 hours to completely exhaust these glycogen stores. This means constant snackers never actually reach the bottom of their primary energy reserves. When the glycogen reserve hits 0 at hour 12, insulin levels finally drop to their baseline. This hormonal shift is the trigger for the body to change its fuel source. Devoid of glucose, the body begins breaking down adipose tissue. This releases free fatty acids, which the liver then converts into a secondary metabolic fuel. This is the fat burner phenotype. Unlike the volatile energy spikes of sugar burning, fat burning provides a steady, stable output that improves mental clarity and sustains energy throughout the day. This fasted state also triggers a massive spike in human growth hormone. This is a survival mechanism designed to protect and maintain lean muscle mass while the body is burning fat for fuel. Around this time, the body initiates autophagy. During this process, specialized structures called lysosomes identify fragmented proteins and damaged cellular parts. They consume and recycle this debris, allowing the cell to function with renewed efficiency. This metabolic stress also benefits the brain. Fasting promotes the production of neurotrophic factors, which directly support the growth of new neurons and the structural survival of existing brain cells. A 16-hour fasting window provides a mandatory biological maintenance period. During this time, the body prioritizes deep cellular repair and hormonal recalibration over the constant labor of digestion. These cellular repairs translate into broad health benefits, including lower blood pressure, improved cholesterol profiles, and a significantly reduced risk for Alzheimer's disease and cardiovascular issues. However, fasting is not universal. It should be avoided by children, pregnant or breastfeeding women, and individuals who are underweight or frail. Those with eating disorders or difficult-to-control diabetes must also avoid this strategy. For those fasting safely, the eating window is just as important as the fasting window. How you break your fast determines how well your body absorbs nutrients and manages the returning insulin response. Break the fast slowly with high-quality proteins and healthy fats like avocados or nuts. Focus on unprocessed carbohydrates such as leafy greens or sweet potatoes, and strictly limit sugar and alcohol to prevent extreme insulin spikes. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated weight loss powders to heal your metabolism. The most transformational tool for your health is simply giving your body the time and space to repair itself.